Hold on, Zoe was the best white person they could find? that's a low bar. Just like, well, you're like the one white character we can think of in this show, so I guess they'll date. Hey, it's Pizza Party Podcast for the shortest month of the year, February. I'm Pan Pizza. Who are you people?
I'm Daphina. I talk about art people.
I'm Jig Neutron. I do FNF. Also, Happy Black History Month.
Yeah,
this is the first episode recorded during Black History Month.
Yeah, new Proud Family season. Yes.
What were you about to say before then?
Louder and Prouder.
Like, have you seen the show?
What was I going to say before? What else is there to say? It's Proud Family.
It sounded like you're going to say something else.
Yeah, I watched it when I was younger. You grew up without cable. You didn't watch the show. I did. I watched The Proud Family. I was woke before it was cool. I saw Static Shock. I learned about racial inequality. Yeah.
And what'd you do to stop it?
Nothing.
This was actually
I watched.
They said specifically, Pan, you must stop it.
Hey, I watched.
Oh, brother.
I don't know what to do. I watched Static Shock. Is that good enough? I learned. I changed as a person myself.
Wait, were you
I probably would have
completely racist before watching Static Shock, and you're like, oh my god, wait a second. You said you changed as a person. What do you mean?
Before he still is.
But what if I don't know? Like you never
this
know.
Whole digging deeper.
Something could have. I don't know. I probably could have learned some terrible things had I not watched Static Shock. You know,
Nice backpedal, Pan.
Who knows? The point is, I changed the person. It's like Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirrors. You gotta change yourself before you change the world.
Pan.
Great transition.
I mean,
Louder and Prouder is a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they released.
Yes, it is.
What didn't they release all the episodes at once, Jake?
Yeah, they dumped the whole second season immediately on the.
No, they.
Yeah, there's the whole second season. They just dropped it on Disney Plus, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Especially because the second season is like really high quality in comparison to the first season.
In terms of writing, animation,
and animation, like both. Because like the first season was really rocky. That's just true. There are definitely episodes from the first season that either the animation was like the motion was a little bit like messy. Every now and again they'd have something that looked really good, but most of the time it either looked passable to needed some cleanup. And the writing was also a little bit all over the place, where it was figuring out how to be funny with the new era that it was in, because they had a lot of like jokes that either didn't land or were a little awkward. It kind of felt like they were trying a little too hard to be modern, and or they weren't being modern enough, and it was like outdated jokes that shouldn't be made.
Whenever the reboot happens, it's like cell phones, live streaming, YouTube. Ooh.
Yeah.
And the second season doesn't suffer from any of those problems. I mean, there are some instances in the second season that are like,
wait a second, wasn't there a
they might have
episode?
wanted to think a little harder, but
yeah.
Didn't one of the characters get
that
canceled?
That was
the
first season. And that one was that was more like, that was the episode where Penny used the power of canceling to like rule the town.
What did she, I forget how that played out. What did she do exactly?
Essentially she just kind of like opened up her Instagram, said her piece, almost like making some kind of
cancels Makeup Boy.
Yeah, makes like a really, really like simple call out post, and for some reason it just kind of immediately ruins his career. But then like later on, that same person was like, "Thank you for ruining my career. Now I have more time to spend with my dog." And I was like, "This is
a weird message." Okay, good. I guess it was
so you're saying
the best
really cancel people.
It was not good. But the second season, again, it just all those issues that I had with the first season are not here in the second season. Like the only issues that I have with the second season are ones that were just kind of problems with the whole show. Like literally the only one I could think of is that Penny's friends suck.
Yeah, true. That
like they're
wasn't
just
that
not,
always consistent?
They're not good friends.
Through the show.
Yeah, that was always consistent. Like her friends always suck. So it's
the
like
show.
It's
like the show never changed because they realized, yeah, Penny's friends were fucking assholes till the end of time. Fuck Dejanay. Fuck the other ones, the rich girl, whose dad is Carlos Mencia.
La
Cienega, yeah, her dad's Carlos Mencia, so that tells you something.
Oh no.
And then Zoe, Michael is now part of the group.
I recall like some racism was going on, or some discrimination was going on, and like Zoe, the tall white girl, was just like, "Hey Penny, I don't want to get involved with your racism or discrimination. Sorry, I'm out of here. I gotta be class president."
She was doing the racism.
What?
Someone
That there was an episode.
Mm-hmm.
There was an episode in the second season that like addresses colorism, sort of, and it does it. How do I describe the tone and the way that they write it is like interpersonally is pretty good, but also they're kind of flopping because it's hard to make this work when the characters are bad friends.
Yeah,
because it was like a plot where it was like some plot where some guy looked past all of them and was immediately interested in Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like at first they're like, oh, okay, go girl, you barely catch any wins, like you get that, and then Maya, one of the new characters, is like, I heard that he only likes white girls, and then suddenly they're all in shock. And for the rest of the episode, they're giving Zoe shade, talking behind her back, uninviting her from a party that they have every year.
Damn.
And like when Zoe confronts them about this bullshit behavior, most of them, excluding Penny, are just kind of trying to convey to her, we're pretty sure that person only likes you because you're white. And Zoe's, of course, like, what the fuck are you talking about? What if he just likes me for me? Because none of them know this person.
Hold on, Zoe was the best white person they could find? that's a low bar. Just like, well, you're like the one white character we can think of in this show, so I guess they'll date.
It was also crazy because in the episode, like, the whole entire thing about the guy only likes white girls is a rumor that Maya hears from her cousin that doesn't go to the school.
Doesn't even
It
go
was
to
just
the
a rumor
school.
from a majority of the episode. At the end of the episode, they're still talking shit about Zoe, but she comes up, says that, yeah, I talked to him and it does appear that like he only likes white girls, so I dumped him. And so it's like, oh, fucking duh. Of course Zoe was going to dump him over that because Zoe cares, but like also y'all were shading Zoe and making it seem like someone would only be into her if she was white, which was awful. And the show actually does like point to that was an awful thing for them to imply, because when like the party falls apart and all the girls leave and Zoe's about to leave, Penny stops her and like Zoe's like, why did you just let them say all that shit to me? And Penny's like trying to explain herself, but is fucking failing and starts crying because she realized that she fucked up too. But at the end of the day, Zoe's the first person to apologize for some reason. And then everybody just starts apologizing to her. Like, oh yeah, we did you wrong. Oh, we love you, girl. It's like, you were just talking shit about her 5 seconds ago.
They are all awful.
You know what? It's an accurate representation
They're all so bad.
of women in like high school. I'm gonna be completely real with you. Like middle high school age women, they all act like that. That's just how they are, and it's crazy.
I feel like,
but they do be like that. They're just a little silly.
So the guy was racist?
no, the guy was racist.
Oh, okay. I thought it turned out it wasn't.
I feel like that's maybe realistic for some circles, but I feel like you want to, when you're putting that kind of stuff on kids television, that you want to show them at least a little bit of a model of, y'all can support each other like this. Don't do this.
Oh yeah.
And the show, I don't think, pushed enough that isn't how they should be doing that. Because honestly,
it's more of normalizing it. Yeah.
If I were Zoe or someone who knew Zoe, I would be like, drop all of them. Holy shit, drop all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe in the third season, she finally loses those friends and gets some new ones that actually are nice.
Yeah.
Character.
The hypothetical third season.
Like, Penny and Zoe deserve better.
She's the
but outside of that
soldier.
episode that was rough, they had the finale. The season finale was Juneteenth, and that whole entire episode was just about like
Juneteenth.
The Juneteenth was about emancipation. It was about what's the phrase? It's a phrase for when like history is rewritten.
I think it's
rewritten by white folks trying to erase how bad their shit was.
Whitewashing?
Yeah.
Is it
Whitewashing history, yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, but also there's like another word. I know what Jake's going for. Basically, like, it's kind of like what America does to be like, yeah, we're so cool, we didn't make mistakes. Maybe there were little mistakes here and there, but it was worth it. You know what? It was worth it for the end result, which...
Historical revisionism. That's what it was. Historical revisionism.
Oh, yeah.
So and that episode was good. I remember there was a very, very small specific side of Twitter that was upset about it, but they got ratioed like each time they tried to post and be like, how did Proud Family get so woke? And it's like, are you kidding me? Did you not watch the original show?
That's the worst thing to try it with. The worst show to try it with.
Captain Planet goes woke.
Anyone who uses the word woke unironically needs to be euthanized immediately.
I use the term "woke me up inside." You know, when I'm trying to wake up.
No, you don't. You've
like
never said that.
At the end of the day,
it
was
waking up this week.
Oh yeah, we wake up at like 3 or 4 p.m.
You wake up at like 3 or 4. I'm ready to get up earlier.
Well, I'm
and then
ready
you're just
to
laying,
go.
No, you're just laying there. You're just fucking laying there, and I'm like, Pan, we should get up and go before it's dark outside. And you're like,
you're the one that's. Never mind. You're on top of me. So
shut up! Don't say that.
So apparently, I remember watching a thing on Twitter. This has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. There's a terrible transition.
Yeah.
It was this very old video.
Just briefly.
Go on. You go there.
Oh,
you on.
Yeah. I just wanted to briefly say, like, the whole entire thing about the word woke. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't recognize this, but the word woke was, like, that phrase was co-opted from Black people trying to talk about what they were going through and what they've experienced by people who want to make it out as if talking about those things is bad and the actual racists, whatever, or not. So when people go like, show's gone woke, you know who you're talking to. And you know what they're trying to do.
I can see that.
Probably a little late talking about this on the podcast, but something that annoyed me about more of like the videos on Velma than the show itself is everybody being like, this show is so woke, that's why it's bad.
It reminds me like when Morbius came out, there was a video saying, hey, where the title was like, hey, this Morbius is bad, but at least it's not woke. And it's like, damn.
It's like, oh, brother.
Have you considered that the amount of wokeness in this thing is not adjacent to the writing quality?
Oh, wait, no.
I love that statement essentially is like, it's bad, but at least it's bad, but geared towards me.
But a thing I learned, to go into a different topic, a thing I think I watched this, I sent in the group chat. Apparently, drinking while driving was quote-unquote legal in the 26 states during the 80s.
Epic.
And there was this there was this news coverage,
awesome.
And these people were like, they're taking away our freedom. We can't drink and drive.
Yeah. The good days.
And it's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Pan, you don't even know how to drive sober. Shut up.
Some of the people in the clip were like, they first made us wear seatbelts. I was like, that was think issue for you?
Guess so.
They're like, damn.
Now we
People are like
drink.
being told to like do things to make things safer because they think it's their freedom to be unsafe.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I'm in a car with someone, I was like, all right, I'm not going to start until you put your seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Because it's like, Texas is a click it or ticket state. If someone else is unclicked, then you can also get a ticket.
Oh, man.
It's the same in my state.
So it's like, I'm going to do any of that. I'm just going to wait. We're going to sit here while we talk about Agent Elvis.
Hell yeah. Asian Elvis. What's that? What's Asian Elvis about?
Oh my god.
Well, besides not that specifically, from the studio who made Spider-Verse. The studio.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone actually like directly involved with Spider-Verse. Like, again, it goes back to when I watched an 8-Bit Christmas, this movie with Neil Patrick Harris about Nintendo, from the studio that brought you Elf, even though I don't think anybody, no writer, no producer, no director worked on this movie. Anyway, it just bugs me when they say from the studio of.
It's from the minds of, from the people who saw, from the people who were next to, from people who were in the same room as. But
Creepshow
Agent
Arts
Elvis.
Editor. Creepshow Arts
no.
roommate. It's that all over again.
Agent Elvis has very nice animation.
Yeah, Robert Valley, the guy that did Zima Blue and Love, Death, Robots, designs in Motor City, the fucking animations in Dance Central on the Xbox Connect. Yeah, that guy.
But the issue, because we saw the trailer before we started recording this podcast, Elvis being played by Matthew McConaughey, pretty good choice. Pretty good choice. But he doesn't emote. Like, he kind of has the same static face in all of the screenshots and all of the promos we've seen, and it's like...
Well, I mean, we'll see how it looks in the actual show, but, it's... Robert Valley's style is very static, and I guess the kind of character he's playing doesn't have... Well, we'll see. We'll saw snippets of, like, his character.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it kind of seems like it's part of the style, and I've seen shows that, like, are... completely terrified of making their characters emote
Oh yeah,
like Sonic?
Anything past a blank expression. No, I was gonna say Bob's Burgers, but
Oh, that too.
Yeah, same with
That's
Central
If
Park.
it breaks the rigs, we're not gonna try it.
Yeah, Central Park was kind of struggled with that also, especially during singing.
oh, that shit was so funny.
It's gonna be interesting considering this is a Netflix show. It's like, all right, is this gonna be a one season kind of thing?
Seem
You excited to figure it out? Ooh, prediction. 1 or 2 seasons. Pan.
it's
1 or 2
this-
seasons.
I think one, because this seems like one of those niche shows that Netflix will dump out because it's interesting, but they won't make more than one season unless the writing's real good. We'll see.
Okay, Jake. 1 or 2 seasons.
Seeing how Netflix has been, I'm not really expecting more than 2, and I feel like it's going to actually be one season split into 2.
Oh,
So,
I
like
think-
8 episode seasons?
Yeah, like you know how they do
Probably.
like part A and part B or whatever, where they like release them in 2 different chunks, but it's still technically
Yeah.
one season. Yeah, that's what I think they'll end up doing. Just to like, I guess, try and get some hype around it. Although, like, I don't think it's really gonna be having that much hype to begin with, because as you said before, it's more niche.
Well, if it's a spy show, if they release it as one season in 2 parts, a spy show could work. Only if it's released the same year. You know, like the first half, you end on a cliffhanger, and then like fall, it comes back and you finish the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Spy
Yeah.
stuff that could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say 2 seasons with the stipulation that's gonna be like a 6-episode season. It's gonna feel very
So
short.
basically the same thing where we all think it's gonna be less than I think we can all
Less than
agree
20
it's
episodes.
Less than 20, yeah. Everybody thinks it's gonna be less than 20.
Yeah. Is anyone a fan of Elvis? Oh.
Apparently, never mind.
Yeah, like 3 of his songs, I guess,
Yeah, they were in Lilo and Stitch.
as a ghost.
Yeah,
the
Lilo
main
would
character,
enjoy
remember?
this.
He's in a lot
Yeah.
of things. As a
The
ghost.
scene where
He's a
she asked Elvis for help.
ghost.
He was a thematic through line.
Yeah, it's like, this is Stitch and my friend Ghost Elvis. Don't you remember that from the movie, Jake? Ghost Elvis?
Ghost Elvis.
Ghost.
Yeah,
Wasn't
from
that
Lilo
like
and
a
Stitch.
record player?
Yeah, the flashback scene, if you remember.
Yeah, as a very young kid, she met someone who turned out to be Elvis, but in disguise because he quote unquote
Yeah.
died.
Like he was the reason
No, he's still alive.
Yeah, Elvis was like the reason. Like Ghost Elvis was the reason why like Nani went back for Lilo or whatever in the scene. If you remember that,
Yeah,
they
it
were
was like Jesus, but
I remember
Ghost
that.
Elvis.
I remember that Lilo was in a washer machine. No, a dryer.
Yeah, Nani.
Yeah, and who told her to get out of
Yeah,
it?
Nani like told her like, "Hey, your kid's in the fucking washing machine. Get that out of there." You know.
And Elvis was
They
there
did
the whole
actually
time.
censor that out though. They
No.
censored out the dryer, and now it's a pizza box.
Elvis was there to,
Oh,
s-
boo.
to
Oh,
tell
it's
them like,
creepy.
"Hey, go steal an airplane from the airport and like go after Gantu and stuff."
And
Even
go to
though
the Pentagon.
it was well,
Why am I the only person in this conversation telling the truth?
it was the pre 9/11 cut, so they later they changed it so it's
Oh.
like just use the vehicle you already had. Made more sense. Don't steal airplanes. Don't hijack airplanes. Stitch. Don't do it.
Why not? Give
Yeah.
me one
Oh, brother.
reason you shouldn't.
No. Well, it was for
It's
the
rude.
greater good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a separate license. Yeah, class is. Well,
Oh, man.
what's driving? A Class A license, motorcycle Class B.
Class
There's a
A
Class C.
license.
Well,
Yeah, you have to get a separate license for
Yeah.
motorcycles.
yeah, and I think I want to say for trucks over like a certain size or something like that.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine turning
That's terrible.
with like an RV.
Yeah.
Well, no, an RV is not as bad as one of those like long trucks that's like used for like Amazon or whatever they're transporting. Boating license, but not a driver's
You have a
license.
boating license?
You have a boating
Yeah.
license?
Like fucking
Yes.
SpongeBob? Well, not
Shut
SpongeBob,
up!
but like
No, I have a boating license because we had
Mhm.
like family friends who had jet skis or some
Oh,
shit in
wha-
boats, and I was like,
epic.
time to get a little silly, a little goofy,
Can
and
ha-
my parents are like, "You need a
Be
boating
like
license."
Wave Race 64. Yes.
But I can't. I
But
don't have a
Cosmic
driver's
Shake
license.
released, and Jake played some of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
tell
new
us how that works,
SpongeBob
Jake.
video
Yeah.
game. How good is it?
Is it funny?
I have now near completed it on like both PC and
Oh,
Xbox.
damn.
I mean, I got it originally on Xbox, but because I couldn't stream it to like Discord, I had to buy it again
Oh.
on PC.
Sorry.
I think
Oh.
it runs better on PC. Like it just looks better on PC.
Hmm.
Once again, another game has proven that I should probably start getting my games on my PC instead of my console.
Yeah,
Hell
enter
yeah.
the PC
But,
master race.
You don't even got a PC.
Yeah.
The very general TLDR
Mhm.
of Cosmic Shake is that game's good.
Mm-hmm.
The game is it's a very good successor to Battle for Bikini Bottom and such. I think the only criticisms I have for the game are in some issues with presentation, like with Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. There were just some glitches that happened when things were loading in, transitions were broken.
Oh,
et
yeah,
cetera.
yeah.
Same thing happens in this Cosmic Shake game,
Mm-hmm.
and also some of the design changes they did I don't really understand, and it kind of feels like the game isn't like complete. Like
In
it
terms
feels
of programming or art style?
like no, art style looks fantastic.
Okay.
It's more like in terms of the design, because you can collect golden spatulas, but like it doesn't count when you collect them. It just does like a special sound effect.
Oh.
And it doesn't tell you how many you've collected.
Awesome.
There's no incentive to actually pick them up. Like the characters don't even. There's no voice line or anything when you pick them up either. Like they are just there.
Okay. Maybe if you press the select button, it shows you what items you collected.
Nope.
Is it no? Oh.
No, I'm not. I've seen other like people who've reviewed the games have the same thing where like there's golden spatulas around, but like they don't do anything. There's like at least one or two every level, at least as far as I've seen, and they're just there. There's no reason for them.
Well, maybe this can be DLC,
and
where it's like if you collect it all, you get something in the DLC.
maybe I don't know if maybe there's like a secret there. I haven't heard anybody say that they've collected all of them and that they got something from it. But it's one of those things where just like, wow, that's strange. And some other minor gameplay issues involve like backtracking in the game is kind of hell because it doesn't really like in Battle for Bikini Bottom and the SpongeBob movie game, they gave you a ton of tasks that you could do, and for each one of them you would get like either a Goofy Goober token or spatula, and if you wanted to warp to said spatula that you discovered but not completed, it would take you specifically to that challenge directly. It was very easy to just complete those. But in Cosmic Shake, some tasks that you're given by like characters after you like beat the thing, like go back into the stage and collect this stuff to help me with my problem out here, there is no direction on how to do that. Like the first one I had to do was the one where you like help fix Gary, and like you go talk to a witch. She says collect some of these ingredients that'll make you a potion to help you and your snail. But it's scattered. Like there's five of these collectibles, and they're scattered, and there's no direction for where you should go. Some of them are just hidden in areas that like you either have no reason to look, or you have looked before and you thought it was strange that there was nothing there. Apparently, that's where that stuff is now. And it's like that for all the stages, and it's just annoying. You basically have to go through the whole entire level again with no direction and hope that you run across it. I ended up missing at least one each time and having to look it up.
Well, that's what happened with Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. If you want to collect all of the shit, you have to very carefully look for things. Like at the corner of your eye, you'll see like a very specific thing to collect. And you miss it if you move like 1 pixel. You're like, oh, it's gone.
And it was some downsides. I just liked it better in the previous 2 games, or like they simplified it, but all the challenges were like pretty. They ranged from being super easy to super challenging. Like they give you, and they had it like that so that even kids, when they're playing this, they don't have to collect everything to beat the game. They can choose if they want to be challenged. But like with Cosmic Shake, the game is just kind of pretty easy throughout. It's never really super boring. It's just there's never really anything later in the game that makes you feel like you're testing yourself. Which, I mean, that is more like an extra thing. In terms of all the things that the game needs to be a successful SpongeBob game, in my eyes, a successful licensed game, something that I feel kids deserve, it's doing it all. All of that's just like extra stuff.
Speaking of extra,
I think it maybe needs some patches.
What about costumes and like memes or references to the show? Did they have more than the Rehydrated?
Oh, they have a shit ton of costumes. They have a lot of really good costumes. I think the way that they're unlocked is a little strange because you have to collect these coins to unlock tiers, but like every single time you unlock a new tier, your amount of coins resets. So like the first tier is like say 8 or no, I think the first tier is like 6 coins. If you collect 6 coins, you get that new tier, and you can buy new costumes with the amount of jellies that you've collected. But if you want to get to the next tier, that means you have to collect 8 tokens, not 2 more, 8. And it keeps stacking until like the last tier. I think is like you have to collect 12 tokens, and you can get there if you're like doing those extra missions and such. But I ended up I remember the first time around, I like got to the end of the game and I still had 2 tiers. And when I beat the game, I had no interest in going back to like collect those.
There's no replayability
because it'd
for
be
you?
like there's replayability. It's just it's not exciting enough. I am happy that I unlocked costumes like I'm trying to think. They have the rehydrated SpongeBob costume, which is him with his helmet from the cover of the original game. They have Goofy Goober SpongeBob. They have SpongeBob in his outfit during the climax of the movie. They have what was it? They have him in the maid outfit from the episode where Squidward was yelling at him from bed. And it's funny, that particular costume is hilarious because it looks completely normal until he turns around, which the camera's behind SpongeBob most of the time, and he's just in his underwear under that.
Oh
That's
no!
pretty funny. Sounds like a very nice
And then
game.
I also pre-ordered it, so I got some bonus costumes as well. So there's like a jelly version of SpongeBob. They have opposite day SpongeBob that looks like Squidward.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
I just thought of something.
Cramped.
Isn't this I'm not going to count SpongeBob Rehydrated. The first Nickelodeon game that isn't a kart racer? That's been like for how many years? When's the last time we got like a different game?
A fighting game.
Sorry, a different franchise have a game.
Smash.
No. A standalone game with just the characters.
Good question.
Loud House Laceration Station.
I don't think they did that.
No, that's
Hold on,
real.
if I type in
It's
Nickelodeon
real.
games-
I played it last night.
Let's see. Nicktoons video game. It does. I looked it up and it doesn't have it like
No.
in like a timeline or anything. But I can't remember the last time we had a Nickelodeon game that was a standalone property.
What's SpongeBob? That ain't impressive.
It looks like the last
Volcano
one. The
Islands.
last one actually might have been a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game.
True.
Volcano Island. I don't even know when that came out, like 2000.
Garfield's board game bullshit ass.
I'm
No,
not
that's a
counting
Mario Party
bot
clone.
properties like TMNT or Garfield. I mean like a Nick game.
Where did Volcano Island come
I'm
out?
looking at this.
Good God, how? Wait, Legend of Korra.
Volcano Island. Volcano Island is the second in the crossover thing, so that probably definitely wasn't last. But the
No, I
last
know it wasn't
crossover
last.
game
It's just like I'm thinking about it. It's like, damn, I kind of
Okay,
want to
I think I found it. Legend of Korra, the video game.
Yeah, it's
That's
delisted.
2014.
You cannot play it.
Can't you like not buy that game anymore?
Probably not, but like
Why
that's
not?
the last standalone game.
Delisted digital games. They lost the license.
Oh no.
I hope they make another crossover universe game. I need a 5th installment. I need the story to continue.
Those were
I can't have
fun.
it end
I
on
liked
them,
playing
like,
those.
beating a giant. I can't have it end with like them beating a giant snot. The villain was just snot. Like they just say it out loud. I was part of the. I
Not
was the big
Nickelodeon Splat.
sneeze.
It's just not gross.
It's not. They're fighting mucus the whole game.
That is gross. That ruined the whole game for me, and I never even played it. Globs of Doom.
Globs of doom. Globs of snot. I hate it here.
That's a great transition to the break. Globs of snot.
Yeah.
Globs of snot.
Globs of
BRB.
snot. We'll be right back.
Achoo. Achoo.
We're always in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers. Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers. Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run.
Hey, questions. If anybody has a question, be sure to start it with the word question so it's easier to find, and put the questions in the YouTube comments of this YouTube video, or put them in the Q&A section of the Discord, the official Pan Pizza Discord, the Rebel Taxi Discord. And what's our first question?
Cookie Cake at Jake Neutron. Do you have any advice in terms of making a character rig? I've been trying to make my own Timmy Turner character rig for animation first time. Let's say
2D
Toon
character
Boom.
rigs.
We'll just go with that.
Toon Boom. I don't know nothing about Toon Boom. I can talk about Flash though.
Okay, then
Real.
they didn't specify the program, so let's just go Flash.
I guess I could just if they didn't specify the program in there, because their question was like generally like tips for like making rigs. I'd say, let me think. If I had to give a tip, it would be know what you're going to use the rig for. That'll probably be the best determining factor on how you need to build that rig, how detailed it needs to be, how simplified it can be, how many drawings it will actually need, how many parts need to be redrawn, how much you can get away with not drawing new stuff. because that's one of the key factors to if a rig is good. If it's flexible enough to do what you want it to do, and because if you have a rig that's set up for that, you're going to draw new parts as you need them. That's great. But if you're giving the rig to people who you need them to be able to use it without having to draw stuff on their own, you need to make sure that the rig is prepared for them to be able to just switch out to whatever they need or be able to edit it as easily as possible. But
Do you think storyboarding might play a big part in it? Like maybe if because they're not saying if they have an idea for something, so I'm just trying to cover all bases.
I mean, that would just be in the sense of like pre-production, and your pre-production would be part of that kind of planning. I'm pretty sure building those rigs and such is still part of pre-production, but if you have something that's already storyboarded or thumbed or outlined, you'll know what kind of poses that character needs to make. You know what kind of visuals will need to be on screen. So you should use that insight to be like, all right, this character I know for a fact is going to be pointing their finger out, and they're going to point their finger in so many different kinds of ways. Let's make sure that we have those drawn. Or if you want that character to do a specific motion with the pointing, you'll be able to know how many points of articulation they need. Like, does the arm itself, can you get away with the arm itself just being one symbol, or do you need separate symbols for like
the hand, right?
Yeah, like the hand, the forearm, the back of the arm, et cetera, et cetera. Those are just all things that you need to consider when you're like building rigs.
Oh, another thing. Properly naming them. Properly naming each layer helps a lot.
Oh yeah, please name your layers. You do not want to have them be unnamed because it becomes very easy to lose.
Don't call me out like this. I am a sufferer because I don't name my layers.
Hey, I'm the only one seeing these layers. I don't need to name them. I know what they're
Pan and I are the same chaotic brand of animators where we like animate in like Photoshop and Premiere Pro and don't name any of our layers. We're just like, yeah, we're gonna just wing it.
Yeah.
We love to suffer.
I know I fall prey to that. I fall prey to that sometimes too, but like I specifically always make sure that if I'm working with other people, I name them. But if it's just me and I'm making something really simple, naming the layers is probably something that I don't have as high of a priority, even though I probably still should, because it's a good habit.
I just remembered a very specific thing that I wish I knew about. When making flash rigs, right? Go into each for frame picker. Go at the start of each frame and make sure every layer is single frame and not loop. I've accidentally forgot to set that, and so when I add in something I forgot to draw in, it loops every other frame, and it's like, oh god, to go back to each of these things and say, nope, single frame, single frame, single frame. You ever had that happen, Jay?
Yep, that gets a lot of early Flash animators with rigs, like, because like, I don't know why it's always automatic. Well, actually, I guess I can get why it's always set to loop, but most people aren't. I can't really think of many instances where loop is useful unless you have no keyframes for that layer. Even with like some of their new stuff, it breaks.
Because you know, under rigs, Will Studios. Question for Jake: would you use this for future projects?
Why does Jake get 2 questions in the row?
Well, it's
Pan.
Wait, what would I use what for? Wait, what would I use what for multiple projects?
Scott Falco's ToonTubers thing, the OBS thing.
Oh wait,
actually, like someone on the team actually did bring that up as something that we could use for a very specific project idea we have. But I remember skimming through the video. I was like, this seems really complicated.
It's no, it's not like that. Me and Pan were literally working on making one of those last night. I'm not even joking. For I'm friends with a lot of VTubers, and we do some collabs together. So I was like, oh, like this is kind of like a more 2D version of that. I can't really work in 3D, although I am gonna learn Blender soon. So I've actually been working on it. It's not that bad, and I've got a few friends who like do this stuff, and they're like, hey, if you can animate it, it won't actually take that long. So I started working on it. It's been fine.
I believe you.
Okay. Yeah, once I get mine set up and all figured out, I can like message you about it if you're interested.
That would be helpful, because I do know I'm going to be very vague about what it is that I want to use it for. But like, it is a kind of thing where I need to be able to simplify how it would be produced, but still have it be super appealing.
Okay.
So I remember coming up with like the idea in like the team chat, and so it was like, hey, Falco, just release this, and like just release this tutorial video. This probably fits the closest to what we want to do. I just haven't had time to actually like look at it deeper. Like I think I did skim through the video. I watched it, but I don't think I was like really paying too much attention because I was also in the middle of doing something.
Mm-hmm. It's not too horrible, right, Pan?
Nah.
Yeah, me and Pan have been working on it, just doing the animation parts. Well, more of me working and Pan watching me work, but you know, it'd be that way.
Learning via mitosis.
Yeah, he's learning by watching.
In terms of podcast animations, I would love for our characters to react, to talk on screen. It's just that we can't do that in real time, if that makes sense, because that takes up a lot of resources for the PC.
Yeah,
3 to
because you'd
4
need
separate
you'd need
resources.
OBS for 3 people, and then if you have a guest to, it could be,
Yeah, and I record on Mac, so
and so does Pan.
For character animator, you can import audio after the fact and key lip sync it, but that takes a long time to do so. Like, a long time.
I would add another layer. I feel like for that to
Yeah.
be like for that to like work, for that to be justifiable, like something like character animator would probably work, but adding emotes or like having like the characters change expressions and whatnot wouldn't be impossible. It would have to be like the same expression the whole time.
We would eventually love to have interactive ones, or at the very least what this ToonTuber thing is. It just has to be as simple as dragging the audio, exporting. That's really all we can do for this, because this is 30 minutes. 30 minutes is an hour's worth of content. The ToonTuber stuff, I watched the video, skim through, and it looked like more for like 10-minute content, or like streaming, and not like podcast stuff, if that makes sense, or like longer form content.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
Because-
test that, because the video I'm putting out is gonna be like an hour and a half, so we'll see. Because the first video that this is gonna be used for is gonna be like an hour long, and it is gonna be, I suppose, as heavy as a podcast would be. It's gonna definitely be very experimental, so I can tell you how that goes afterwards if you're interested, and let you know how long that all
Sure.
took.
It's more the matter of like, it's not that it would be impossible to have podcast episodes that have this, but at the speed that we produce them, we do them every week. We would not.
Yeah,
have time
they're
and-
recorded Mondays and then posted Fridays with editing between. And this isn't just we're not trying to poo-poo the idea, of course. We've streamlined the process that if we were to give this to an editor that wasn't one of us, it'd be like, all right, this is very easy. I know how to do this. And it's like, okay, we're also adding on this another program you have to install. Hopefully you already own it. You know, like hopefully this shit already happens, or like we have to pre-animate the files and give it to them. And it's like, well, that means we're just doing a lot of the work we're paying this other person to do. We want to streamline the process, make it as easy as possible, efficient as possible to get out this content. But we have been working on ways to actually make this more interactive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will and Will Studios.
Lying.
I know how we can make this more interactive. We just add explosions every time someone says the word "the."
We're only gonna do it that one time.
Yeah.
That one time.
Yeah.
No, I think we can put an explosion in a few more other areas where we say "the." I mean, just thinking about the problem that we have to solve. The.
The Furmaster 78 for Pan is a Pan question. What do you think of the
Yay.
Wildcrats? Do you have high hopes for Paramount's Animorphs movie? Another question for Pan. What do you think of Mira Nova?
What the? Okay, first off, Wildcrats. I know about the Crack Brothers. Is that the Zubumafu guys?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Remember Zubumafu?
No,
He was
I
like-
do.
Wildcrats is the PBS thing where it's like, hey,
No,
we look at
That's
animals.
a spin-off because they feature the Crack Brothers or the Crack. What's their name? Kratts.
Wild
Kratts. Yeah, the Kratts brothers, they were originally, here's some expanded lore for you 5-year-olds who watch this baby-ass show, because back in my day, I watched Zabumafu.
So did I,
The Krat brothers, they got like this little lemur named Zabumafu, and he refused to talk.
He was a little asshole.
He was
Wait,
a
they're
real
based
life-
on these old people?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
They're not
Yeah,
that
the-
old.
Yeah, they had like this
They're
real
Pan's
life.
age.
They had this real life fucking lemur, and then they fed it some garbanzo beans, and suddenly it turned into a puppet and was able to talk. And then they had adventures with Zabumafu, me and you and Zabumafu.
This feels a lot like Henry Danger, the live action show, and then they made a kid version called Kid Danger that's all animated.
Look,
That feels a lot like that.
somebody cares about Crack Brothers lore. Okay, somebody's
They're
keeping
not
up
Crack
with the Kratts.
Brothers, they're Krantz Brothers.
Keeping up with the Kratts. Yeah, someone out there. Any fans of the Krat Brothers out there in the chat, in the comments? Yeah.
Let us know more Kratz lore in the replies below.
What other questions did they ask me again?
All right, do you have high hopes for the Animorphs movie?
There's an Animorphs.
Why is there
movie?
an Animorphs movie? Aren't there like 100 of those books?
Hell
Did anyone
yeah.
actually read them?
I went through a Twitter thread of someone explaining the most fucked up stuff that happened in the books, and one of them involved the Animorphs all fucking dying horribly, but due to like time travel, they were able to go back in time and stop themselves from dying, except they still retain the memories of dying horribly, and it fucked them up.
So what was like
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
like I always thought those books were like weirdly like what's the word? Just there was
I've
something
never read
wrong
them.
with them.
I
I didn't
found
read
them
them
to the
either.
cover.
I just looked at the covers and they just
Yeah.
gave me a feeling of like unease and like existentialism that I didn't like.
Well, like, I'm looking at these covers, and it's like, if I had the ability to turn to a snake, I would never fucking do that, because it would probably break my bones every single time. Like, you know Wolverine? Whenever he out his claws, he feels the adamantium breaking his fucking bones every single time. He just doesn't scream whenever he does it.
Damn, I gotta find that fucking thread where it was just like explaining all the terrible bullshit that happened in these books. Oh, wait.
I really hope it's animated, or else this is gonna look scary as hell.
Hang on, let me read one of these. By Pops Arena, it says, Book 1, The Invasion. Elfangor is a dying Adalite alien who gives our protagonist their superpowers, is killed when Visser 3, an evil alien possessing a body of another Adalite, turns into a giant monster and graphically eats Elfangator. Imagine if Darth Vader vored Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, I'm sure there's a better ones. The Visitor. Rachel, a 13-year-old girl, is chased into an alleyway by aggressive rape.
Oh.
No. What? Wait. What the actual fuck? Because, like, these were, like, in our classrooms in, like, first fucking grade. Like, wait, are you... Hello?
She turns into an elephant and scares them off, but the rest of the team admonishes her for this, I guess for exposing her powers, I guess?
Well, think of it this way. Do you really think they read all of the books at the Scholastic Book Fair?
Nah.
Do you think they read all of them to make sure they're good?
What the fuck?
Hang on.
Why are they talking about suicide in books for first graders?
Let me read this one. Tobias, a boy who gets permanently stuck in the body of a red-tailed hawk, finally gives in to his animal instinct and kills and eats a rat. This sends him spiraling into a crisis of identity, and he attempts suicide in a shopping mall.
No,
You
like,
see, this is why I would
were
never turn
books
into a
for...
creature.
These were supposed to be books for, like, first graders. Like, these sold these bitches at the Scholastic
Nah, they're
Book Fair.
hardcore.
Why? Dude, I feel like I would have been more fucked up than I am now if I read these. I
Yeah.
feel like this is, like... Wow, like, I actually could have been worse than I am now, and that's pretty impressive.
While exploring the ocean for the source of a strange alien signal, the Animorphs, in the form of a dolphin, save a humpback whale from a shark attack. Marco gets his tail bitten off and nearly bleeds to death.
Apparently there
Marco
are
Diaz.
comics.
How could they do this in Star Versus?
Real.
They're Animorph comics, and they look creepy as hell. Like,
Oh,
we're showing on screen right now, if
No.
you're watching on YouTube, someone transforming back to a
I
human.
don't like this.
no, what you gotta look
Morph
up
into
is
an elephant. That's so funny.
Hang on, you want to know some crazy transformations? Altered Beast PS2 transformations.
You know what transformations aren't cursed and are actually fun to fucking watch? The Digimon ones.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone in the comments, look up Altered Beast, all transformations on YouTube. These things are fucking metal as shit.
Watch the Digimon transformations if you don't want to
They're
hate
fucking full
yourself.
of gore and blood, but yeah, these are the most metal
God.
shits ever.
It reminds me of that Turbotech, the
Yes.
Turbo Teen.
Yeah,
the teen
imagine
who turns into a car.
imagine if like
Oh, vampires!
no,
Yes.
imagine if transforming required your body to combust blood everywhere and it just reforms into a werewolf or something. Yeah, just
No, even if I had fucking Wolverine claws, I'd be like, nah, that hurts too much. I know I can heal, but it doesn't mean I don't feel it. You know what I
Do
mean?
you think Sonic suffers when he turns into a werehog?
Yes,
He
all
looks
the
like he's in
time.
pain.
He deserves it. That we were playing Sonic
He
Unleashed.
looks like he's shitting.
Oh my god, are you gonna talk about how much you sucked at the
Well, I was like, damn, this game is constantly making filler for itself, like trying to prevent you from playing another Sonic level.
Well, that's literally just because you're playing the Xbox version. Because here's the thing: in the Xbox version, there's a ton of shitty ass QuickTime events, which are stupid. But like, I had the Wii version, so there weren't any QuickTime events. So it was like, it's my favorite Sonic game if we're talking about the Wii version. I'm actually making a video with Dumbsville eventually on the differences between the Wii and the Xbox versions and how it goes from like a very good game to like obnoxious.
Just constantly asking for filler. Like, you go through a Sonic level, and then you go to a Werehog's level, and then you can have this long-ass stupid QuickTime event on the airplane, and then you go through another fucking level with the fucking wolf. Yeah.
No, like, okay, we need to include the video here of where Pan, where you're playing the airplane level. And he's pausing like not even every 2 seconds, like literally every second he's pausing to
Yeah.
see what the next QuickTime thing is.
Yeah, because, like, if you die in this stupid airplane QuickTime event, you have to start all over, including the stupid fucking boss. And it's like, I don't know the fucking Xbox controls. Where's A and B? It's not the same as the Switch.
Exactly, because I'm not used to Xbox controls either. So,
Yeah.
like, me and Pan playing this on the Xbox has been kind of miserable, because I'm used to Switch controls. And not only that, but I've played Sonic Unleashed extensively, but it was on the Wii, so I'm like, what the fuck is any of this
I fucking
shit?
hate, like, Xbox's R trigger and R button, and it's like, I don't know, the PS2 got it right, where it was like, L1, L2, R1, R2 for buttons, and then the Switch is like L and ZL, and it's like, just say L2, fuck it.
Right?
It's easier. Just
No,
say L2.
I agree with Pan here completely, honestly.
Why everyone just follow fucking L1, L2, that's easy. And why
Well, they
are the
can't
buttons...
do that because of copyrights.
Is there a fucking
Yeah, L1,
Oh.
L2, then L was. Oh, goddamn. For PlayStation, it's very different from the Xbox because Xbox is LB, RB, left trigger, right trigger.
That's stupid. It's confusing. Everything's fucked.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't fucked.
No, it is because of copyright, because
Yeah.
the original design or what the designs have to be slightly different because of like patent shit. No, I actually understand. I think
Oh.
it's stupid,
Yeah.
but like
While trying to figure it out, I found this picture where you can add accessories to your PlayStation 4
Yay.
controller.
X
They're like nail clips.
elongated.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Let me read you another Animorphs thing.
Sure.
Number 6, the capture. Jake gets possessed by a Yerk alien, and the Animorphs are forced to starve it out with a dying slug in his brain. Jake finds himself in a state between alive and dead, and himself staring face to face with Space Satan. Yeah.
Space Satan. I always like when they have a regular thing, like Satan, and then said space. It's Space Satan. This
Yeah.
is like a whole new territory
it's
for
like
him.
it's like those like zombie World War II movies. Like any okay. Not to go on like a tangent or anything, but you know, like World War II is pretty like bad and graphic and disturbing in itself. I think we can all agree on that, right? Well, like, why they always feel the need to add like aliens or zombies or some other shit to like a World War II movie, and it's like it's always so off-putting to me. It's because it's like, isn't it already like scary enough?
Boring. Zombies. I want the zombies in World War II.
You don't think Hitler's disturbing and scary, Pan?
Well, and we've seen Hitler done before, you know.
Yeah, but imagine zombie Hitler. It's
Yeah.
like even
Aw.
scarier.
Damn, that'd be so epic.
Is
Play
it
Call of
though?
Duty Zombies. Oh, yeah, epic.
Okay. No, hear me out. How would Hitler being a zombie make him any scarier? What could zombie Hitler do that regular Hitler
It's
can't do?
He's racist and he eats people.
it's fucking
okay,
epic.
and you're telling me regular Hitler couldn't have eaten people?
It's epic and wins the internet.
Yeah, because Hitler was a vegan. He
Was he?
wouldn't eat people. Yeah, he was a vegetarian.
Oh man.
You know what? Okay,
Another reason
fine,
to hate
fair
vegans.
enough. He wouldn't have been able to kill himself though if he was a zombie, and that would have been kind of sad.
Sad.
But that'd be if it's the Night of the Living Dead zombies. Those are very hard to kill. So yeah.
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 But we have a non-Hitler question,
All right.
Good.
which is a very specific thing to say. RC Katao, and they have a MLP profile picture. I'm saying that specifically for the question.
but
Question: what are your thoughts on Milo Pony Generation 5?
I don't watch that shit. Ain't no G4. Those designs look lame.
Pan, why don't you tell them
G5
about
is the
your
CG one,
your
right?
pony OC?
So-
Nope.
I
No?
tried looking it up, and apparently someone pitched a 2D. There was a 2D show pitch, and these designs look pretty good.
Oh, they got the mouth, the bean mouths.
You know what? I fuck
These
with it.
designs
though.
are cute.
Oh, but
I
these
like
are
it.
cute though.
Yeah, I like the thunder streak on the.
Here, wait. Let me see which one I think is my favorite.
I don't think I finished watching the Make Your Mark show, mainly because the first
I like that one.
bit of it
No, I
that
like the
saw
Thunder
was
Streak one.
not very entertaining.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
think I've never been into horses as like a concept.
Sad.
Even into non Milo Pony horse media like Spirit. I was like, yeah, that was a movie. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go watch a series about Spirit, which there is.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah.
But Jake has some thoughts.
See, the thing that sticks out to me about the new generation is that I don't know. I feel like G4 was more accessible to a general audience and not just kids than the new show is. I don't think the new show is like abhorrent and you shouldn't let your kids watch it because it's gonna make their brains rot. But it's kind of like y'all did so well with G4. Why would you want to go back? Whereas
I think it's gonna be hard, considering that Bluey took the spot
That's
of
Yeah,
kids
that is
adults
true.
cartoon.
Look, people
Which-
keep
well,
people keep comparing Bluey to
But-
My Little Pony, and I don't know, the way someone described it to me, I felt it was more like Rugrats, where it was like some sort of thing about parents are represented too, and I guess that's, kind of what Rugrats did, where, it wasn't just the babies, it was the parents' show.
yeah. And
Yeah, it
that
was
there's
like-
actual
that was the real reason
parenting
why
advice
both-
in Bluey, is what I've heard as well. Like there's genuine
That's-
lessons for parents to learn or something.
Go on, Jake.
That's why G4 and Bluey did so well and they get so much praise is because they're written, yes, with kids in mind, but they're not vapidly for kids. It's not something that you feel like, oh, they're just kind of like phoning this in because they just want to have something to sell to kids. Like they want to be able to sell to kids, but the people in charge of the design, the art, the writing, they care about what they're doing and they want to make something that when kids grow up, they can go back to it and realize, holy shit, this was way more thought through than I thought.
Yeah.
Because giving kids smart things to watch when they're younger is just going to help them be smarter when they're older. That's just true.
No, it
I
doesn't.
think-
I watched a lot of baller-ass cartoons as a kid, and it fucked me up for life.
Pan, I think you were just
Nah, I
dropped
never
on your
said
head
it's
as a kid or
guaranteed for
something.
every
I don't
single
think
child.
you ever had a chance regardless of what you
Aw,
watched.
man.
You're just you're genetically fucked. I mean, you're literally shorter than me and
Yeah.
we won't
I
go
just
into
got
details.
reminded of
Damn.
Centaur World,
Centaur
a
World!
Netflix show that I watched thinking it was TV-14, and I was like, it's kind of weird. None of these characters are even saying "damn," and I looked it up. It's like, oh, it's TVY7.
Yeah. It very much radiates that 2010s energy of epic narwhal rainbow
Yeah.
vomit,
It's got the same amount of
does.
edge as TMNT 2003, where they murder someone and someone else goes,
Oh, no.
"Oh, it turned out as a robot." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
That worked out in the end.
No, but Centaur World, if I can recommend a horse show, which is a very specific phrasing, I guess. Yeah, they murder things in this,
Centaur show.
Comedy
and they
gold.
die.
Good.
They just don't show it on screen.
Yeah. Epic.
Yeah, there's something
It's one of those shows
there.
where
I
the
mean,
juxtaposition is
I
part of the
believe that
text.
something
You were
with the
saying, Jake?
ratings.
You're
Oh,
saying
no, I already said it.
No, I didn't hear you at all.
All I said was the juxtaposition is part of the text. Well, what were you saying, Mango?
I was saying, I'm pretty sure that just has to do with the ratings. You just can't show an on-screen death, but it can be as implied as you want. As long as you have, a bullshit... There's, a lot of, loopholes, I guess, which is kind of cool.
Which means Bluey
I mean,
can kill
obviously I
characters.
like exploiting loopholes. I'm a law student, so I'm but I can respect a show that uses loopholes well to get across what they want. I have an immense respect for shows that are able to do that.
I just don't understand why Bluey never talked about that knife.
Yeah, they
Why
can talk
didn't
about
Bluey
murder,
talk
apparently.
about 9/11?
What do you mean?
It's-
No,
No, I didn't,
Something came up in my head.
Question for everyone. This is everyone. Space Girl Station. Name your favorite animated movie show from the year you've been alive. Well, it says from each year you've been alive, but that's like way too long. So how about the year you were born?
The year I was born.
Shit,
Yeah.
let me think about what came out the year I was born.
Wayne's World. Yeah.
Wayne's World.
No, animated movies.
Oh, animated. Let's see what came out in 92. Cool World. Golly. Baby's Kids.
Did you like Baby's Kids?
I don't-
That was a pretty good movie.
No.
I haven't seen it forever.
So the issue is when I look up 2000, it comes up with 2000.
Aladdin. Yes.
Whereas I was born in 2000 exactly.
Hey, Aladdin's a good one.
Yeah.
So
What
it's,
about TV
I'm
shows?
trying to look for shows that came out in like the year I was born, but it's not.
Well, no,
There's
Jake,
not
that's
really
because
many shows.
it's the same thing with you because you were born in 2000. Oh, fun fact, me and Jake have the exact same birthday in the exact same year.
The
So,
exact same birthday.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, your birth. Wait. We have the same exact birthday.
yeah, we literally called on my birthday at Pan, September 27th, 2000.
Holy shit! How did I not realize that?
That's very specific.
Times, Jake. Wait,
No, I forgot about
what
this.
time were
I
you
forgot
born?
about
I need
this.
to know which one of us is older.
I'm positive it was like 9 p.m.
Wait, no fucking way, me too. What the fuck? What the fuck?
This is very scary right now.
Fuck. Dude, we were separated at birth.
Not the time twins. I can't do this.
Dude, I was
We
born
can't
at
have
like
another.
9-10 p.m. or some shit. What the fuck?
Probably just like on opposite sides of the U.S.
Dude, yeah. I was born in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
I was born in Florida.
Yeah, we were.
I mean, I've been here the whole time.
You know what? Maybe my parents lied to me. Yeah.
So for me, it looks like I got Hercules. That's a very good film.
Hercules is the jerk I please.
I can't tell. Like, yeah, same with Jake. It's like we can't find ones that like came out. It just because if you search it, it just shows. Oh wait.
All I see is as told by Ginger.
Wait, Jake. Here.
And that's not one of my
Jake, I found a
favorites.
website that has it by just 2000. Hold on.
So for me,
Let me
I
see.
got King of the Hill and South Park. I'm gonna go with South Park more.
Oh,
Oh, Digimon Adventure.
Hang on,
Yeah,
192.
Digimon the movie.
cartoons. What premiered in 92?
There were a ton
Batman
of
the
Digimon
Animated
movies.
Series.
Yeah.
Literally-
epic.
Wait, Rugrats in Paris came out in 2000? Did not know.
I'm gonna say Digimon the movie.
Oh, this Rocco's Modern Life
Well,
for you,
our
man, and
fucking-
X-Men.
Pokemon the movie 2000. I'm so stupid. Why didn't I say that?
Oh, wait.
Pokemon the Blue.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Pan.
Pokemon
What?
the movie 2000.
Sailor
definitely.
Moon.
Yeah.
The original series.
Woo.
And your favorite, King Arthur and the Knights of Justice.
Nobody watched that crap.
An extremely goofy movie came out in 2000.
An extremist
Yo,
goofy movie.
that movie. Pan enough.
You know
You
what?
dork. Yeah, that was good too. But I'm going with Pokemon the movie 2000 because that one's baller.
Hold on, wait.
Harvey Birdman,
found
Attorney at
Peak.
Law was 2000. That's pretty good.
Blue's
I found
Clues.
Peak. Blues big musical movie.
Oh wait, Pan. Wait, no, that's 2000. Static Shock is 2000. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. Clerks is 2000. Fooly Cooley is 2000. Aqua Team Hunger Force is 2000.
There's a lot of good stuff.
There's
that
a
came
show
out for
called
me,
Baby
too.
Felix.
There's Marvin the Tap Dancing Horse.
Who?
What?
I don't know
It's
what that is.
Marvin the Tap Dancing Horse.
I don't know.
Jackie Chan Adventures 2000. That's pretty good. Yeah, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
Baggy and the Ferocious Beast. Hot dog.
That is not. What'd you call him?
I said hot dog.
No, I said Maggie. I said what'd you say?
Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. That is
It's
a
not what I heard.
classic. It's not a
Can
junior
I
show.
put a question on the podcast that was just DM'd to me, but I know Pan will have an answer.
What?
Somebody, Papa Raintism on Twitter asked me in DMs, can you ask Pan what he thinks of this movie? And it's Freddy Got Fingered, and I
It's
know
a
you love this movie.
Fucking comedy gold banger. What's there to say about Freddy Got Finger?
I haven't seen it yet
It's
Seriously? How have you
Yeah.
not seen it? It's a great
changed the
movie.
world.
because I've watched other things. I don't know how to answer questions like that. It's like I've been busy doing other
Yeah.
things,
Yeah, that's
Can't
fair.
watch all the movies. It's fucked up.
and we can't keep this podcast going.
No. I guess
gotta
it's
end it.
ogre.
We had a good time. We talked about the things we talked about. Wouldn't you agree, Jake? Wouldn't you agree, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. Best believe this was truly a louder and prouder episode.
Yeah.
Right.
This truly is a Pac-Man world.
Woo woo. It's
What
Pac-Man.
does
Evening in it.
I just think that that was all I had to add. I just want another explosion there.
That's good. That's
It's
we only did it the other times, and then this time, and no others between. Makes it very easy to deal with. Good night, everybody.
bye.
Bye. See y'all.
See y'all.
Bye.
That's the thing. He's white.
He's white?
What do you think, Texarkana?
Will the chum bucket serve something edible for a change? Wait, was that last part really necessary? Can transformation save the nation? Bikini Bottom is counting on you!